Michael Jackson used to say that when he needed someone to share his deepest secrets with, he'd turn to Diana.
When you hear the smooth falsetto of Eddie Kendricks, you think of timeless Motown classics, songs like Just My Imagination or Get Ready that defined the soul era. As a founding member of the Temptations, Kendricks became a symbol of suave charm and velvet, smooth vocals. But behind the music and polished performances, his personal life told a very different story. Affairs, secret relationships, betrayals, and whispered scandals followed him throughout his career. The Motown scene of the 1960s and 70s was famous for its music, but equally notorious for the tangled love lives of its biggest stars. Eddie Kendricks was no exception. In this video, we explore 8 celebrities that Eddie Kendricks had messy, complicated, and often scandalous affairs with, stories that reveal the man behind the legend, and the chaos that sometimes came with his quiet voice. Diana Ross, the queen of Motown drama. Few names in the Motown world were as powerful or as controversial as Diana Ross. As the lead singer of the Supremes, Ross held immense influence both in the studio and in the personal lives of the label's stars. It's widely rumored that Eddie Kendricks and Diana Ross had an affair during the height of Motown's success. The two stars were often seen together at studio events and private gatherings. What made their alleged relationship messy was Diana's connection to Motown boss Berry Gordy, who was deeply involved with Ross both professionally and romantically. Friends of Kendricks have suggested that Berry Gordy was furious when he found out about the fling, leading to backstage tension and whispered threats about Kendricks' future in the company. While neither Kendricks nor Ross publicly admitted to the affair, Motown insiders, including producers and backup singers, swore the chemistry between them was no secret. Martha Reeves, the heated on-tour affair, another Motown queen allegedly tangled in Eddie Kendricks' love life, was Martha Reeves of Martha and the Vandellas. Touring together in the late 60s, sparks reportedly flew between Reeves and Kendricks during long stretches on the road. Fellow band members noticed their late-night hotel meetings and long, private conversations that stretched into the early morning hours. But Reeves' existing relationship with an outside boyfriend made the affair scandalous and dangerous. When Reeves' boyfriend confronted her about the rumored affair with Kendricks, things turned ugly, resulting in angry public arguments and backstage drama that risked spilling into performances. Some members of the Vandellas even considered quitting the tour over the drama. Though Reeves later spoke fondly of Kendricks as a friend, she avoided confirming any romantic connection, only fueling fans' curiosity about what really happened during those chaotic Motown tours. Mary Wilson, the Supremes connection. Ironically, Diana Ross wasn't the only Supreme caught up in Kendricks' orbit. Mary Wilson, Ross's bandmate and co-founder of the Supremes, was also linked to the Temptations' falsetto. Unlike Diana, Mary Wilson and Kendricks allegedly shared a more low-key, private affair, one that lasted for several months but stayed off the Motown gossip radar. However, their quiet romance turned messy when rumors surfaced that Ross herself found out and was furious, not because she loved Kendricks, but because she couldn't stand Wilson getting attention from someone she once claimed as her own. Insiders say this added fuel to the already fiery tensions between Ross and Wilson within the Supremes. Wilson later alluded in interviews that Motown's male stars often played the field. And while she never named Kendricks directly, fans and biographers pieced together the timeline and connections. Tammy Terrell, the tragic love triangle. Tammy Terrell, the beautiful and fragile singer best known for her duets with Marvin Gaye, was another rumored lover of Eddie Kendricks. Terrell's personal life was marked by heartbreak and violence, especially her abusive relationship with David Ruffin, Kendricks' own bandmate in the Temptations. Some insiders claim that Kendricks and Terrell grew close during this dark period, with Kendricks acting as a comfort and escape from Ruffin's aggression. Their alleged romance became painfully complicated. Ruffin reportedly found out and violently confronted Kendricks backstage, threatening to fight or even harm him if he didn't stay away from Tammy. While Kendricks avoided physical confrontation, the tension between him and Ruffin worsened, further straining the Temptations' already shaky unity. Tragically, Terrell's death at 24 ended this potential love story forever, but the whispers of what could have been between her and Kendricks remain part of Motown lore. Claudette Robinson, the secret Motown queen. Claudette Robinson, famously known as the First Lady of Motown and the wife of Smokey Robinson, is another woman linked, however quietly, to Eddie Kendricks. In the tight-knit Motown family, friendships often blurred into something more intimate. Claudette and Kendricks reportedly shared quiet moments of connection during recording sessions and rehearsals when Smokey was away or busy with his own projects. While there's no hard proof of an affair, multiple Motown insiders have hinted at suspicious closeness between the two, a connection that, if true, would have been incredibly risky. Smokey Robinson was one of Motown's most protected and revered stars, and any betrayal could have wrecked careers. The mere rumor of this secret relationship added to Kendrick's reputation as a heartbreaker, who sometimes crossed dangerous lines within the Motown empire. Florence Ballard, the forgotten Supreme, before Diana Ross took over the spotlight. Florence Ballard was the soulful foundation of the Supremes. Ballard's tragic downfall, from star to obscurity, was one of Motown's saddest stories. But in the happier early days, she and Kendricks reportedly shared a flirtation that nearly turned into a full-blown romance. Friends of Ballard said that Kendricks visited her late at night during the early 60s when the Supremes and the Temptations shared recording spaces. What made their affair messy was that Ballard was struggling with insecurity, depression, and jealousy toward Ross's rising stardom. Some speculate that Kendricks may have encouraged Ballard's bitterness toward Ross, whispering doubts and feeding the cracks within the Supremes. While there's no direct confession, Ballard's tragic decline and the men she trusted remains a haunting chapter in the Motown story, with Kendricks possibly playing a quiet, controversial role. Cindy Birdsong, the Supreme replacement. When Florence Ballard left the Supremes, she was replaced by Cindy Birdsong, a move that was filled with behind-the-scenes drama. And surprisingly, Birdsong also ended up entangled with Eddie Kendricks. Sources close to Birdsong claimed that she and Kendricks had a short but intense affair shortly after she joined the group. At first, it was kept quiet, but Motown's grapevine spread rumors fast. What made this relationship messy was that Birdsong's rising position in the Supremes made her wary of any scandal that could jeopardize her spot, and Kendricks' growing tension with the Temptations management made him a risky companion. When Birdsong broke off the affair suddenly, Kendricks reportedly took it badly, confronting her during tour stops and leaving behind awkward tension whenever they crossed paths at Motown events. This short-lived romance ended quietly, but not without leaving bruises on both sides. Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul connection. One of the most shocking and whispered rumors of Kendrick's love life involved none other than Aretha Franklin, the Queen of Soul herself. Franklin, though primarily outside the Motown label, frequently crossed paths with its stars at events, awards shows, and Detroit gatherings. Sources claim that during the late 60s, Kendricks and Franklin shared a brief but passionate affair, one that could never become public because of Franklin's own complicated romantic life and fear of public scandal. What made this affair particularly messy was Franklin's fear of tarnishing her gospel-influenced image and Kendricks' entanglements with other women at the time. One insider claimed that Franklin abruptly cut off the relationship after learning Kendricks was also pursuing another Motown star simultaneously. While neither star ever acknowledged the affair, their undeniable chemistry during joint appearances kept the rumor alive for decades. The hidden cost of stardom. Eddie Kendricks' love life reads like a secret history of Motown itself, a tangled web of passion, betrayal, and whispered regrets. His quiet falsetto voice hid a complex personal life filled with secret romances and scandalous choices that touched nearly every corner of Detroit's musical elite. What makes these affairs especially tragic is how many of these women, Florence Ballard, Tammy Terrell, even Claudette Robinson, struggled with broken hearts, damaged careers, and public fallouts, while Kendricks continued to rise to fame. These messy affairs didn't just affect Kendricks' personal reputation. They rippled across entire bands, recording sessions, and friendships, creating silent wars and backstage battles that fans never saw. The Motown machine may have produced polished hits, but behind the scenes, it was as chaotic and human as any soap opera, and Eddie Kendricks was at the center of some of its most unforgettable drama. His death in 1992 from lung cancer ended a life filled with music and mystery. But the stories of the women he loved or misled keep resurfacing, reminding us that greatness often comes at a very human cost. Which affair shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and stay tuned for more untold stories of Motown legends.